Welcome back to Restauranttopia. We got a great episode here today. Drive Time with Dave Ross, part 2. He's going to hit on some topics that I think are so very important. Progress over perfection, relationships, attitude, important versus urgency, and the thing that everyone's going through right now, stress. You're going to love this. Your mind is going to be blown. Amazing. Check it out.
Imagine a perfect world where you can build a restaurant, open the doors, and make loads of money. Unfortunately, those days are over. It takes great leadership, hard work, and long hours to operate a successful restaurant. Together, we can make it happen. This is Restauranttopia. Good morning. How we doing? It is a crisp morning here in Northeast Ohio, and winter is coming. So just wanted to talk. I got inspired this morning. I subscribe to a couple daily and weekly newsletters, and got actually a forward from someone on an email that had an article talking about relationships and how important it is to have great relationships, be a good friend, take care of others around you, and just be a good person in general. And it was about what Warren Buffett taught Bill Gates, and it was, Bill Gates basically explaining what he learned from being a friend with Warren Buffett. And I'll put the article in the comments down below. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit and just say that, really when you think about life in general, and not to get too spiritual and everything, but when people talk about the meaning of life and what's life really about, I mean, when you break it down, life is really about your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others. And a lot of times as humans, we lose focus on that and we really mess it up. Our relationships with ourselves aren't positive. Aren't in growth mode. We tend to tear ourselves down. We tend to take things the hardest on ourselves, and it's really not fair. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, but we really were made to be challenged and made to be stretched and made to do better and better each day. And I have kind of a little mantra that I want to be better today than I was yesterday. And I think that if we all treat that relationship with ourselves that way, and we want to be a little bit better, it's progress, not perfection, but progress. Each day we want to just get a little bit better, over a meaningful period of time. You've got great strides, and you're probably a way better individual, way better coworker, way better family member, way better husband, way better wife, whatever the case may be, with that progress each day. So the initial relationship with ourselves is the most important. But then also our relationship with others. So when you think about life in general, like what else is there? You have your relationship with yourself and a relationship with others around you. There's all kinds of other things that make up life, but when you look at those two things, it's really the core. So when you got the relationship with yourself figured out, I don't know if you ever have 100% figured out. Maybe some people do, but every day you just strive to be better at it. But then focusing on relationships around you, and we talked about that kind of in the circle of 5. Who's around you, but then how do you treat the people that mean the most to you? Are you grateful? Do you have a positive attitude? Is your mindset towards them, right? Is there times where you if you really thought about it, do you take advantage of people? Do you appreciate the people in your life that do things for you? So that's some big stuff, and it's some big thinking stuff. And sorry to get you motivated to think big this morning, but I just got inspired by that article, and I'll put it down below. You guys can read it. You got 2 billionaires. And what's really important in life. That's what I got today, guys. Appreciate you, and be better today than you were yesterday. I hope you're all doing well out there. Just wanted to create another little video about coming up on the end of the year. I'm really conscious of something that I always end every segment with is be better today than you were yesterday, and it's something that I try to focus on. But I want to talk a little bit offshoot of that of just progress and progression, and what we do in our jobs, in our personal life, with our kids, everything that happens in our life. We should be progressing along each day to get better and better. And I know that's what I really try to do. And I want to be a better employee. I want to be a better business owner. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father every day, and try to do that. And I feel like if we all just focus on that and being better, life is about progress, not perfection. So sometimes the quest for perfection can limit progress. So we always want to progress and get better, and really have a conscious effort to get better and do that. So You know, it all comes down to like, what do you know, who do you have around you, all the different circle of 5 that we've talked about in the past. You know, what are you putting in your mind, in your brain, what are you reading, what are you doing? So I would say, like, I would challenge everybody to start now. It's December. Everybody wants to start their new thing. They're waiting for January 1st. Let's not wait. Let's start now. Let's just get better today than we were yesterday. And really, and whatever it is, let's say you've got some goals, financial goals, you've got career goals, you've got personal goals, you want to lose weight, you want to work out, you want to do all those things. Like, don't start January 1st. Start now. If it's important, you should start now. You know what I mean? And create a lifestyle and something that is going to make you better for years and years and years down the road. And it starts with one step today, doing it right now. So if you've been putting it off, don't put it off anymore. Do it now. If you want to wait till the 1st, that's fine. I got nothing against that, but it just, I feel like that procrastination just creates more procrastination down the road. Like, why wait? Start now, get it done. I believe in you guys, and be better today than you were yesterday. Be better today than you were yesterday. Be better today than you were yesterday. Good morning. All right, I'm losing my voice. I'm sucking on a cough drop. I don't care, because I got to get on here and talk to you about attitude. Okay, I know we talked about attitude in the game of life, but check your attitude, people. I can't handle it. I can't handle the negativity. It's got to be done with. I implore you to conscious efforts of negativity. Okay, sometimes you don't even know you're being negative. It happens to me. I'm not perfect. But we got to get rid of it. We got to get it out. We got to hold each other accountable. We got to get rid of negativity. Negativity to me is like somebody smoking a cigarette. I can't be around it. It just doesn't work. Doesn't jive with me. I'm not going to stand there and inhale your secondhand smoke. I'm not going to stand there and inhale your negativity. So let's get rid of it. Okay, people? You with me? No more negative attitudes. No more negativity. Let's make it happen today. Okay? Be better today than you were yesterday. How's everybody doing out there? I just want to give a shout out to Eat Local Ohio. If you guys aren't following Eat Local Ohio on Instagram, you are missing out on some of the best restaurants in Ohio, locally owned and operated. So check it out on Instagram, Eat Local Ohio, at Eat Local Ohio on Instagram. Anyhow, I wanted to hop on real quick and do a little talk about urgency versus importance. So if you guys are not familiar, I'm going to put a link in this post of the Eisenhower matrix, which is basically a nice easy breakdown of tasks and projects that are urgent, important, or one or both in those segments. So it kind of goes, you know, urgent, not urgent. So urgent at the top, not urgent at the bottom, and it goes important on the left and not important on the right. So what this does is it kind of helps in decision making. So if you print this matrix out, or if you draw it out and you know, spend a few days using this matrix to make decisions on projects and things you do and when you do them, this will be something it'll get ingrained in you. But it's really important to understand. So let me break it down real quick. So urgency. So something that's urgent is something that needs to be done very quickly. It's a problem. It's an issue. It's just something that happens and it's got to be taken care of right now. Not urgent is something, obviously, that's the opposite of that. Doesn't need to happen right now, but you know, it can happen at any time. And then important is something that is really important to you, to your company, to your career, to your lifestyle, to whatever it is. It's a very important issue. Okay. Not important is something. It's not important. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, no big deal. So when you look at this grid, when you click on the link and you look at this grid, I like to think of it as, when you're looking at the top of the grid, you've got both important tasks, okay? One's urgent, one's not urgent, okay? So important, urgent tasks, you probably got to take care of yourself. It's urgent, it's got to happen quick, you got to do it. If it's important and not urgent, you want it on a list of projects. It's something that you need to do because it is important, but it's not something that needs to happen right now. So it needs to fall into your list of things to do, but not necessarily something that needs to happen today, okay? But it just needs to be on the list. And then when you get to the bottom of the graph, on the one side, you've got not important, but urgent, okay? I would say, depending on your position, what you do for a living, you know, half of those things you want to try to delegate. some things when it's urgent, if you don't have the infrastructure or the people or whatever it is, you may not be able to delegate that immediately. It may be something you have to take on, or you may not even have the people to delegate to, which is fine as well. But those things they're not important, but they're urgent. You got to get it done. So it's better just to get those things done and move them off the list. And then not important and not urgent, this is what I call your ignore list. I mean, I wouldn't even delegate this stuff, because if it's not important and it's not urgent, why would you give it to somebody else to do and waste their time? So these are time wasters. These are things that just don't need to be, really don't even need to happen. They're not important, and they don't need to have a time frame to be done. So so those are the things you just don't want to do. So hopefully that helps, guys. I'm going to leave a link for the matrix in there. Use it. I think productivity wise and decision making wise, it could really help you out and be better today than you were yesterday. Thanks. Hey guys, good morning. I was on LinkedIn this morning. Wow, imagine that. And I saw a post from one of my friends, Maria Hickman, who owns Swap It Healthy, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But she posted about cortisol and stress, and it made me think about something I came to you about a year ago with, was talked about the 4 markers. So imagine you've got 4 markers in your pocket, and that represents your decision-making abilities, your ability to make sound intellectual decisions. And what happens when cortisol enters your brain, and cortisol is the stress hormone, okay, that cortisol it makes you lose a marker, okay? So how the markers work is you've got 4 markers. You got 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, which is 24 segments of abilities to make good intellectual decisions. So when you lose a marker, you've only got 1 times 2 times 3, which is 6. So you lost 18. So you lost, what is that, 75%, close to 75% of your ability to make an intellectual decision when cortisol enters your brain when you get stressed out. So imagine when you walk into that meeting, or you walk into that situation, or you're having that conversation, and emotions go high. When emotions are high, intelligence is low. Okay, if you've heard that saying, this is why, because cortisol actually has that effect on your brain and on your ability to make decisions. And it also made me think about, if you guys have seen this Simon Sinek talk about cortisol in the fight or flight response. So back when humans were hunting for their food every day and we were living in caves and all those things, cortisol was very important, because if we got into a situation where we needed to fight or flight, run, or fight, a big woolly mammoth came running at us, or whatever the case may be, we needed to know, should we stand there and chuck our spear, or should we take off running? So cortisol, actually, that's the fight or flight hormone as well. So when that enters our brain and enters our body, it physically makes us ready to go, okay? This is why, pep rallies work. This is why, when you're watching football and you can't go to sleep after the game, this is why, because your body's ramped up, okay? So in this new age of not hunting woolly mammoths out in the wilderness, when we're sitting in our cars and we're sitting at our desks and we're sitting in our chairs and we're sitting everywhere, and maybe we got a stand-up desk, or but whatever it is, like we're not having the physical activity that we used to have as part of our daily lives. That cortisol, when you have stress, is leaking into your brain and into your body, and it's creating a fight or flight response all day long, which creates fatigue. It creates low immune system response, and especially right now with the pandemic, like, we don't need a lower immune system. So managing stress is super important, because stress is what creates that that cortisol hormone to come out. I'm going to leave you with this, guys. If you have any other questions or anything else that can be helped out through managing stress and managing cortisol levels, please reach out to Maria. Maria Hickman, she is amazing. I've done her 12-week course where she teaches the 4 pillars of health, and she's just amazing. She's so smart. She's so on topic. She's living it herself in her life and her family's life. So she's not just somebody that's telling you what to do. Like, she's living it. So I'm going to put a link to her business and her personal site on this video, but please check her out. And guys, manage your stress. It's super important. Google this, do some research. This is very important. So figure out ways to manage the stress, live a better life, and be better today than you were yesterday. Thanks.
This is a high quality pod. Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Adios.
Thank you for listening to Restaurantopia. The gratitude that we have for each and every one of you spending your precious time to listen to this podcast is immeasurable. Please make sure to tell a friend about this podcast. And also, if you have any feedback for us, visit us on restaurantopia.com and drop us a line. You can also subscribe on your favorite place to listen to podcasts. Thank you, and have a great day.